Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here with you, talking about a really exciting one for me today. It was one of my favorite shorts that I did, which was Dare to Dream. And this one was very near and dear to my heart. It's a speech that I've given in a professional setting multiple times. And the whole goal of it is to really make someone think, to think about how they're treating their coworkers, their fellow humans, um, and to what we're teaching and passing on by our actions, and really calling out how easy it is to forget to dream like a child. The older we get, it's so easy to box ourselves into. This is where I can operate. I can operate in this little box, and I'm just living through life, and I don't want to. I need to stay inside this little section that's been carved out for me, and just be grateful and just make sure that I'm taking up as big of a section as I possibly can, so I can get the biggest dividends. It's really calling out a few things that I feel are extremely important. Obviously, or I wouldn't have done the video, but we have let ourselves get so bogged down in the day to day. There's tons of things. It's always a double edged sword when you increase technology and you increase your standard of living. There's things that happen that this really makes your life better, but does it actually make your life better? Or just does it make this easier? It's we'll take the microwave. The microwave gets so much crap in these analogies, so it's unfortunate. But the microwave is such a useful tool. But you can't usually say that the meal you make in the microwave tastes better than the meal you make on the stove or in the oven. But what it does allow you to do is make a meal fairly quickly and free you up to do other things. So it depends on how you're utilizing it. You're really just trading. Life is so much balance. There's so much balance mixed into things that we just don't even think about on a day-to-day basis. But you really are making a trade. The microwave just isn't a get out of jail free card, so to speak. You're trading the quality of your meal for the time for something else. And maybe that's a good trade. Maybe the other thing that you're trading that for, the time that you're going to be spending, if it's time with your kids or time enhancing yourself and training, education, whatever that would be, maybe that's definitely a worthy trade. But also maybe it's not. If you're just freeing yourself up to spend a few more minutes on your phone, or if you're just freeing yourself up to watch a little bit more of that TV show, I don't know that I call that a good trade. In social media, we spend all this time on social media. Social media can be a great thing. I have friends and relatives that I do not keep into contact with anywhere except for social media, which, is partly something that I need to work on, but it's also something that other people need to work on. Because we're kind of, we all get in that groove. But at the same time, that social media, especially with young minds, it's so easy. And even myself, who, I'm not really young anymore, unfortunately, but, I look on social media, whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Instagram, whatever, and I'm inundated with these pictures and imagery and sayings and updates on people's lives. And it's so easy to look at it and go, wow, you have an amazing life. I wish my life was like that. And that's so dangerous. Because there's nothing wrong with having aspirations. There's nothing wrong with wanting your life to be better, but it's so dangerous to look at someone and think, wow, they must have the perfect life. I should have the perfect life. Why don't I? And that starts creating jealousy and false expectations. Most of these gurus, these fake gurus, these toxic fake gurus, online, they try to they try to sell you that they've got the Lamborghini and the mansion, and they spend all their time on the beach, and all this money is just making money for them, and they're not putting any effort into it. But they don't tell you about the struggles that they have. They don't tell you about the fact that they rented that Lamborghini. They don't tell you that they're borrowing that house. They don't tell you about those things. So you just look at it and go, wow, well, they found a way to make that dream happen. Why can't I? What is so special about them? I don't find them particularly more intelligent than I am. So why are they able to do that and I'm not? And maybe they did achieve that. And maybe it was totally legit. But a lot of times that's not the case. And it's the same on social media when we get on there. We look at these people and they've got what seems like these little perfect lives, but they're not going to get on there and share that they had a knockdown drag out with their significant other the night before, or that they're really sad because they're sharing custody of their kids, and every other week they don't have them around anymore because life happened and things got away from them. They're only going to share with you all the great things that happened in their life. Social media is a constant filter, and it really can get you depressed as to why your life's not that. And then what's worse, it can also drag you into it, and then you only want to share those rose-colored glasses with other people. I don't want people to know that I cried myself to sleep last night. I don't want people to know that I ate my feelings in a gallon of ice cream. I don't want people to know that I did something I'm not proud of yesterday, or I cut someone off, or whatever it would be. I'm only going to share with them whatever good things I did. And this, in a very short way, this video kind of calls some of that out. It also calls out the what we're teaching our kids. Some of us, depending on your generation, have grown up with this kind of stuff and watched it evolved into what it is. But then, we have parents who grew up with this, who are now having kids who are growing up with this, and they're passing those traits back on. Which is also why I called out the, decorum was lost piece of this video, because we have, competition is not bad. Competition does breed excellence, but you need to make sure that you're teaching young competitors to not just win gracefully but lose gracefully, and that you are not going to win every time and they're not going to lose every time. And this person that you were rude to, that you won over in school, maybe your boss 20 years from now, you don't know, and they're going to remember how you treated them. Just treat them with decency, and if you treated them great when you won as a younger person, and you made them feel better about themselves, and then they turned around and turned their lives into something amazing, you could have been a linchpin for them. You don't know. And then they could come back to you and go, I'll never forget, Dave, how you treated me when we were kids, and I appreciate that, and I want to pay you back, and I'm going to give you this opportunity. That kind of stuff happens all the time. You don't know. So we really need to make sure that we're keeping that in mind, and that kind of led into the next part of kind of leaving the door open for the person behind you. We either, as a human condition, we either succeed together or we lose together. One person succeeding does not make us all succeed. One person succeeding does not save the human race. We're in this together, and that's how we need to look at it. And, I think sometimes as children, when we dream, we think of that making life better, making not just our dreams come true, but usually, you think about it when you were a kid, think about your fondest, wildest dreams of, even if it was being a superhero, the dream was making life better, not just your life better. And I think if we allow ourselves to kind of be kids again and allow ourselves to dream and solve problems, and stop being so segregated and so polarized of I'm right and you're wrong, or because I'm on this side and you're on that side, you're this horrible blight upon the earth. If we can just get back to, okay, we can have a difference of opinion, but I want to make both of our lives better. I think the more we try to get back to something like that, the better we are. And it is kind of a hope and a prayer and a dream, but it's one that I'm going to continue to have. And I think if enough of us keep having that dream, maybe we can make something happen with it. Thanks everybody for taking the time. I hope you have a great day.